Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL, Inspirations for Your Life. It's so great to have you here. If you are new, you're going to notice there, yes, at the top right corner, there's a QR code. Use your phone, point at it, scan that QR code, and you'll be able to get lots of great information about me and information that can improve your life and everyone else in it that you know so well. And also, my brand new TikTok channel is up there. It's the second link on my link tree. You can also go there by going to believemeachieve.com. I'd love you to check that out. Every week, we have a master topic starting on Saturday and ending on Friday. And just thank you for popping by. We have lots of great information. It's always a 7-day series. And for those of you that are coming back, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and associates. So wonderful to have you here on IFYL. And thank you for supporting me for all the time. And what's our topic? Our topic is how to have fun along the journey of success. All right. Now, this sounds like to some people it's a party, but it's not a party. It's really about enjoying life and embracing the moment, or how can I say the moments, right? That's what it's about. However, why is it that people think success is something you just achieve in like 24 hours or like in 20 minutes? You don't. Success, journey. How do we have fun along the journey? Really simple. We talked about milestones you can set and you can celebrate those small mini victories, but how else do you have success? Well, I think you can celebrate success by actually helping other people with their success. And that's a great way to have fun along the journey because when you help others, well, you know what happens? They usually in turn want to help you. Pretty cool, right? So when you do that, it makes it really easy to figure out what's going on. And I think at the end of the day, it really comes back to, what is it that people want? And I think that question can be a little bit daunting, I should say. Um, but it's not hard. Okay. And so, what I want to say to you is that it's about life. Okay. It's about where you're going in, what you're doing. And I think a lot of people just don't get it for whatever reason. And it's not because they're not intelligent, it's because um, they just don't understand that it's about giving first and getting later. Okay. And so I think what a lot of people think about success, they think about things that are going to be like easy, simple, right? But they're not necessarily easy or simple. They are challenging. So we have to have fun in life with the challenges that we have. I mean, that's I think the main goal. And if you can have fun with those challenges, then I think you can start to embrace what people are doing in their life, right? And so thinking about that can really help people to understand, what's going on. And so, but realize that your life does not happen in a blip, right? You need to enjoy life. You need to think about what's going on. And when you can enjoy what's going on, it's then that people start to get excited about life. They get excited about life. And so when people get excited about life, then they want to try a little bit differently, right? They want to try a little bit differently. And so when we think about that, I think the most important thing that you need to understand is that life is a dichotomy of lots of different things. And so to enjoy life, we have to enjoy the present, right? Everybody's always trying to say, well, gee, let's go to the future. Let's enjoy the present and enjoy the future that hasn't got here yet. Let's enjoy the fact that it's coming. You can enjoy your past, but let's focus more on the present. More on the present. And so when we can focus more on the present, I think that a lot of people are going to be, how can I say, curious about where things are going in the future and understanding that when things get hard in life or seem like difficult, don't shut things out. Okay. You want to think about what's going on in life and you want to think about how can I be better? Right? How can I be better? And that might sound like something that can be really, crazy, but the truth of the matter is it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. What people understand is that what they see at the moment is actually their world. It's actually their um vision, it's their perspective. Okay. And so I know, ladies and gentlemen, that it can be frustrating because things don't go the way that you've actually expected or planned them to go. So, what do you do? Well, embrace what's working. And when you can embrace what's working, then you can say, oh, I get it. Now this isn't what worked, or this is what worked. Okay. That's how it works. That's the magic. And so when you figure out what does work and what didn't work, then you're able to move forward, right? But why? I think it's because people are trying to get to point Z, but they forget that they have to get to points B, C, D, D, E, F all the way through to that letter, right? And this happens because a lot of people get zealous. They want to make a difference in their life. And I think there's nothing wrong with making a difference in your life. It's just that if we start to enjoy the little things and we start to enjoy our journey, because success is a journey, we can enjoy things by stopping for a moment to breathe, to be grateful for things around us, the scenery, for the people, even being grateful for the challenges that are in our lives right now, because those challenges are going to fall away and we're going to learn lessons. When we learn the lesson, then we're like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. Right. But many people say to me, hey, John, I've been learning the same lesson over and over again. Why do I keep learning the same lesson over and over again? It's simple. You haven't learned the lesson. So the universe will keep repeating that lesson until you learn it. I know that sounds kind of mean, but I get it. Have you ever thought of like a video game, right? You don't get advanced to the next board until you first finish the board before it. It's really simple. If you didn't have the skill set to get past level 1, you obviously could not be in level 2. You wouldn't even last a few seconds. And if you couldn't get last level 1, level 2, you definitely couldn't get level 3. And so when we climb the proverbial ladder of success, There's going to be new skills that we need to learn. There might be new people in our path. There's lots of different things that have to come about for our life. And I think change is the hardest thing for people. They don't want to embrace it. They don't want to admit that they have to learn something new, or that maybe the way that they're doing something now could be done differently or in a better way. That's right, a better way. Think about that for a moment. And I think what you're going to discover is that life is an amazing ride. Take the ups, take the downs, hold on tight. Embrace every moment of life, what you learn, what you see, what you feel, what you hear. Then take those best moments and put them together into something that's going to be amazing. Let's take, for example, myself, right? You know that I love to do lots of things. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And one of my passions, beside being an engineer, is to create amazing content. But when I first started, content didn't go everywhere immediately. So I had to get playful. I had to get creative. And when you get playful and creative, the world and people listen. Nobody wants you to yell at them. Nobody wants you to tell them what to do, but they don't mind if you're playful and you're creative in what you do. They welcome that. They're like, oh, wow, this is pretty neat. So talk about a problem that's happening in business and then get playful about it. Pretty cool, right? I think it's an interesting thing, but I believe that it may not be exactly what everybody is ready for. You see, a lot of people are ready for the finish line in their mind, but they don't have the skills, the set, or the practice, or the experience to even get past the first furlong in the race. Some of them don't even have the ability to get on the horse or saddle. So how do you go from, let's say, getting on a horse to finishing? Well, lots of practice, lots of playfulness. You know, like when we think about a race, some people will say, well, gee, it's very easy. Well, is it staying to the end? Is it staying to the edge? Is it staying to the beginning of the line? Like, what works? So you look at other trends, you look at what other people are doing. And then when you start to see something work, you're like, oh, yeah. And you take note of that, right? And so you take what other people are doing and you try to retweak it. What a recipe people do, right? Like I make recipes. You look at a recipe, maybe a basic recipe, but then you kind of tweak it, you change it. But you get a basic, like maybe let's take an omelet, for example. There's a basic recipe to making an omelet, but then you kick it up a notch, as Emerald would say. And when you kick it up a notch, it's like you made an entirely new recipe. And I think that's just like so cool. Same thing happens in business. Same thing happens in your life, in relationships. Something may not work this way, but if you just change the puzzle a tiny bit or a little bit to the side, guess what happens? The piece fits in. When the piece fits in, suddenly more pieces come together. And then the puzzle's view comes into looking exactly it's like on the box. And then you start to get excited because you see the small victories. Let's really celebrate those small victories. Let's have fun. And when things don't work, when we're on that journey of success, just take the lesson from it. Take the lesson and say, okay, this didn't work. What do I need to do next time to make it better? Or what would it look like when I'm successful? Not if I'm successful, when I'm successful. What would it look like? Well, I'd be done on time. I would have more productivity. And maybe I would find a better way to get what I need to have done in less time with less people. I mean, these are just some kind of examples, right? In social media, it's about how do we get more follows? How do we get more likes? How do we get more shares, more comments? How do we instigate or try to, let's say, edge or provoke somebody to positively communicate or tag or share or like? It's a game. It's a game. Life is a game. If you take life too seriously, guess what's going to happen? It's going to eat you alive because you're going to get so stressed with things that are just here for the moment. And then they disappear. But you're so fixated on what is going on in the future or what happened in the past. You don't drop it. And it's like, oh, in the past, I had a horrible experience. Or if I don't do this right, I'm never going to be like this in the future. Let's focus on the present. Let's celebrate on what works. Let's make tweaks to the things that don't work until we get them to work. And see it as a journey. See it as a very unique way to get people to understand. And when we get playful in our lives, something else happens. We start to retain more knowledge. We start to become more educated because our brain loves to have fun. It's very good at stressing, but it's much better at having fun. And when we can give it that bone and we can say, hey, let's have fun, it gets excited and it releases more dopamines in our brain, creates more pathways to form, and we get charged and we get so excited about life. Have you ever worked on a project or a puzzle or a game and you just start to get it? Like, oh, now I get it. Like I get, or a math problem, like, oh, that's what you were trying to make. Oh, okay, now I get it. And the light goes on in your head, right? Same thing happens in life. Let's approach things with a creative spirit, even if we get knocked down several times. Because getting knocked down gives us the ability to keep getting back up, changing something and trying again. And when you take it playfully, it's like, okay, it didn't work. So we'll try something else. When I take it seriously, like, oh my gosh, it didn't work. Oh, my head. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I don't feel good. I have a fever. Oh, I'm regurgitating. Chill. Chill. Enjoy life. Be playful. Get creative. And as I said before, the world will become your oyster. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am by now. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this evening, as it is every evening that I'm with you. And do go ahead and like, support, love my channel. Comment below. What does all this mean to you? And then, yes, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share it out with everyone you know on social media. And then be sure, don't forget to check out BelieveMeAchieve.com. Check out my new TikTok channel. And of course, check out John's daily day videos, which are really pretty cool. And then go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MORLEY Space Serial Entrepreneur, and look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. And then make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, new facilities, and even new staff to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content. Thanks so much for popping by today. I greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you, yes, tomorrow with another great episode about how to enjoy the journey of life along the path of success. Have yourself a great one, everyone. Take care.